little bit harder to poke down effectively. Interestingly, both mid laners opting for Conqueror, both Loftish and Fatty P, have gone for the Conqueror.
Yeah, so both mid laners showing they're ready for these extended fights. And we're seeing pings down towards the bot lane from Darkside, potentially looking for a little bit of a level 1 skirmish. But Invul seem to be going for that standard 5-point defense.
Interesting, a very weird, a very, very wide invade going all the way down to the
Not even an invade.
Rush. Yeah, it's just scouting for vision, if anything. No vision has been put down on the side of Invul, I believe. Is there a ward that has been put down? Not yet.
Don't believe so. So,
both teams will be going just for a 5-point defense at this point. 5-point start.
Yep, Darkside with that little bit of advanced vision in the bot lane bush, but not really going to afford them too much in the...
Yeah.
Hellman and Marma are going to be leashing on to Yonsoni in this bot side. Both junglers taking their blue buffs to start off the match. Meaning Darkside maybe have the positioning for a little bit of poke as the Jhin Leona combo walk into lane. Yeah, looking for that poke. Domponk pops the instant mantra and is going to get a big chunk onto Hellman. Almost half of the HP taken already. But the boots, 4 potions, really going to enable him to counteract that.
Plus the fleet footwork as well. So every single time he has that, I think it's about... it's not much, but it's enough every time it procs. I think it's about
And it
10.
procs regularly enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
For it to be noticeable. Falio already having an enjoyable time in this top lane matchup.
Yeah.
But pressure having to be given away in the bot side. Obviously, you spend your pressure points in the draft towards your solo lanes. Somewhere else has to suffer, and in this case, it is going to be Hellman and Marma having to back off a little bit, losing a little bit of minions here and there, but shouldn't be too bad for the Invul.
You do think that Chaos Senpai is going to must be wanting to get a Bramble Vest as quickly as possible.
Well, and he's got the perfect champion to do that. He can literally sit in lane and build himself a Bramble Vest. Big trades coming through from Falio, though, already in this early game.
And the CS already. Big advantage.
But Ornn, one of those champions that doesn't need CS. He just needs the XP.
Free. Yeah.
As long as he can get himself to, I believe, that level 13 mark, where he can start churning out those masterwork items, those ornaments, as they have become known, then he should be okay. Scuttlecrab's going to be traded for both teams as well. Invul going to get some deep vision into the topside jungle, though, using the priority gained by Falio. And Fatty P winning out in the early trades towards this mid lane. Johnsony, though, looking to maybe relieve some pressure on Loftish. If Fatty P steps any further forward, we do see Johnsony moving forward. Now the Shuriken going to connect, and the flip comes through. Fatty P going to dash away, flash away. Stunned up under the turret. Johnsony going deep here. Following the flash with one of his own.
Very interesting.
Cast now maybe looking to come from the side. If Fatty P chooses to teleport back in, he is going to teleport onto the minions. And now Cast decides to make his move. The Wall of Pain going to come through, forcing the flash from Loftish. But that's just going to be the disengage from Invul.
Loftish also has teleport, will almost certainly get back in with that teleport.
These trades in the top side going a lot more even than I think would have been expected. Hellman, nice dodge out there on the Mantra in a Flame.
I mean, Ornn is one of those champions who do not expect to deal quite so much damage, but utterly destroys.
I mean, it's also the fact that the Ornn did build himself a cloth armor. So he does have that extra armor. Chaos Senpai now, though, under threat from Johnsony. The stun gonna come through, potentially stunning him up under turret. Johnsony tanking the shots. Falio getting the kill. And Yeah, nicely played. Solid start for Invul. We talked about getting this Viego ahead and what Falio could potentially do if he is allowed to take this game over. And Johnsony doing exactly that, enabling his top laner. Loftish now going back in onto Fatty P, winning out on the trades in the mid lane now that we have had the first recalls. Cast, though, looking to affect this matchup. Wall of Pain comes through, but the Skittle, 1 misses, 2 miss, 2 connect, so not able to properly threaten Loftish out. The Shuriken Flip going to cancel the recall as well. And I noticed as well, Falio actually got a cheetah recall off before getting that first kill, picking up the cull for himself.
I was just going to mention that as well.
Which I do really like.
A cull is a really nice pickup when you're ahead and trying to just force Senpai, Chaos Senpai, to not leave lane, to try and keep him in there, not allowing him to roam at all when he hits 6. Going to be really important, which means
Oh, Dom Ponk gonna get flashed on, flashes away from the Zenith Blade, and the Shuriken Flip goes wide as well. But this will be the Ocean Dragon going over to Invul. Falio trading into Chaos Senpai. Chaos Senpai, though, does have that Bramble Vest now, but it doesn't look like it really matters. Falio can just hit him hard.
Yeah. Interesting, the Sheen was the pickup as well for Falio. So
is this Divine Sunderer?
Surely it's Divine
I really
Sunderer.
like that, actually, into Ornn. I really like that.
I wonder if it'll be Divine Sunderer into Blade of the Ruined King 7.
I really like that decision.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
So Ocean Soul was... Ocean Dragon.
Ocean Soul at 6 minutes. Yeah, that would be a little bit disgusting.
Yeah. Ocean Dragon is picked up.
Oh, the Forge God called, though, towards this top lane. Chaos Senpai dodged out by the Heartbreaker, though, from Falio. And now Falio goes back in for more of a trade, burning the cooldowns, exploiting the advantage.
Yeah. Rift Herald will be up within a minute.
And Mama's up in this top side already, trying to help his team secure vision. We have to look at the CS difference in the bot lane. Hellman, 12 CS down, although he hasn't had his support alongside him for a long period of this laning phase.
The thing is that I quite like that. As the Leona, you're very much going to struggle against an Ezreal to do too much.
This is true.
Too much. Trying to utilize your pressure around the map, getting the vision up, is definitely, I think, the smarter decision rather than just staying in lane and soaking XP from Hellman.
And it's not like Hellman is at serious risk of getting dove either. It's not like you have Draven Leona on the other side of the map. Like, it is only Ezreal Karma. They're not particularly aggressive champions that want to be looking for dives.
Yeah. I mean, they're aggressive in the terms of poke.
Well,
but,
it's a different kind of aggression, though.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like our passive aggressiveness just there.
Yeah, well, this is true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's significant CS leads actually in pretty much all lanes, realistically.
Johnsony starts up the Rift Herald. Does have control of this top side, and Cast not really in the area.
Nice. This, I think, is a pretty big decision for Invul. If
but
Johnsony can get this.
It's like we said, though. It's... Darkside don't want to fight. They don't want to contest these objectives, because Invul are going to use these objectives as a means of saying, come and fight us. We want to fight you.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, as I said previously, it's a very, very late game orientated comp. Well, mid and later it goes comp.
Yeah.
For Dark.
Ooh, Chaos Senpai could be getting engaged on here by Falio. Is going to find
Johnsony
the stun.
is here as well.
Does have that Glacial Prison available as well. No flash for the Ornn, and the Glacial Prison going to connect. Blast Cone is up and available, but Chaos Senpai going to fall again to Falio. Rift Herald available for Invul as well, and I believe this will be top lane tower.
Yeah, they're going to wait.
Oh,
so
Johnsony even proxy farming the wave
Yeah.
to make sure they can get it into turret quickly.
Yeah.
I like that decision a lot, and it's not going to be able to be a dive here, you wouldn't imagine, from Lundqvist Darkside. The wave is cleared out. The Deadly Flourish not going to connect, but it does not matter. Cast.
It's so difficult to, to try and tower dive with a Karthus.
It's not like a Leona Xin Zhao where you're both tanky and one of you can just make yourselves immune to damage.
Yeah. And that is going to be Rift Herald.
Rift Herald dropped,
down,
top lane turret falls, and that's a lot of gold into that Viego. Marma taken very low off the back of that True Shot Barrage, so the Requiem going to come through, and Marma's not going to drop. Summon a heal from Hellman keeps him alive. Meanwhile, Chaos Senpai on the other side, the Conqueror is stacked, but the Ruined King cannot find the kill. Ruination shall not reign supreme today. But that Herald is going to get a second charge onto this inner tower.
Yeah.
And the curtain called as well. Loftition looking onto Dom Punk on this Akali, and he finds the perfect execution onto Cast. Double kill for the Akali. Can't quite get himself away, and his fate is sealed. Forge God called, but it's not going to be enough. And now the action really going to start. Fatty P flashing forward, going to find the execution onto Hellman with the Soul Unbound. Marma not quite able to keep his ADC alive, but it's going to be a second top lane turret for Falio. Fatty P now quite low after taking a few turret shots. But you'd have to say that trade completely worth for Invul. That's reflected in the gold value. 2,500 roughly the lead.
Yeah. I like what Darkside tried to do. I just don't think they quite had the champions for it.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do such an aggressive dive, you need someone with CC. You need someone who is able to tank a little bit.
We did see a Fate Sealed connect onto Loftition.
Yeah, but that was after the initial... that was well after the initial dive. And by that
That was
point,
after the
Falio
double
was
kill had already
there.
come through.
Yeah. And this is the problem, I think, when
Falio rotates
your
down,
main CC
Dragon number 2.
is top lane.
Yeah. And when he's getting dove under his tier 2 turret at 10 minutes.
Yeah. Because realistically, Darkside's team fight is practically all Ornn orientated.
It's all set up by the Ornn. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, and we
exactly.
could see a 5-man play onto the bot side. Cast is here, but it's 5 versus 3. The Shuriken going to connect. Retreating under his bot lane tower for Cast. Johnsony gets the big Krug, gets himself away, and it's a teleport from Falio to continually to pressure Chaos Senpai. Divine Sunder are completed as well, so the amount of fighting that's going to come through from this Viego.
Yeah. And more, it does look like Brave of the Ruined King will be his next purchase. 28 stacks left of that cull.
Yeah.
Before he gets the bonus as well now.
Oh, Fatty P. Glacial Prison going to go wide, but the slow is still going to connect. Fate Sealed to get himself over the wall, but he's just running into Falio. The Shuriken flip taking Loftition into the fight, and perfect execution going to come through as well. Heartbreaker not going to be able to find him, but Chaos Senpai now the victim, and he does find the execution. Johnsony, I believe the Sunfire Aegis picking that one up, and another 2 quick kills for Invul. They are keeping the breakneck pace from game 2 going.
They're quite unfortunate on that one, really. Both kills, I think, going to... I mean, not the worst, really. Obviously, having kills on Sejuani, the tankiness explodes, really. But definitely not the 2 champions you want to pick up the kills there.
No, it's not ideal, but being able to get to that Locket of the Iron Solari quicker and, like you mentioned, propelling that Sejuani into even higher levels of tankiness can actually be very, very useful when having to deal with the Ornn. Not the Ornn, the Yone, sorry.
Yeah. The Cast not quite able to stop the back of Loftition there with the Skittles.
And Loftition actually scaling up quite nicely into this game, well on his way towards the Riftmaker.
Now, I want to give a bit of a Thriller is on 139 CS.
Yes, Deadly Flourish
really
going to
well in
connect.
the bot lane.
Heltman, you have to say, though, doing very well in return. 122, definitely not shabby for the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, particularly with the amount Mama has been roaming compared to Donpong.
Yeah, Hellman utilizing all of the abilities, every part of Jin's kit, to get as much of the CS as possible and keep the bot lane totals very, very close. And we now see a lane swap, actually. Loftition sent in towards the top side to use this long lane, whereas Falio into the mid lane against the Yone.
That's very interesting. I wonder if it's to do with the teleport timers.
Possibly.
Loftition does have teleport up.
Very, very possibly.
Falio doesn't, and so being able to utilize him for the next fights, which will probably be towards, you would imagine, Rift Herald.
Yeah, maybe the dragon in 2 minutes as well. But I would also imagine it could be down to the amount of mobility that Akali has. Because if you're then able to get a favorable fight with the Ornn, you're able to then chase him all of the way and stick to him, because you have that incredible amount of mobility. And no, the Rift Herald not going to be fought by the looks of things.
No, I mean, there's a decent lead on the carries of Invul, so I guess it's just pretty free pickings now for Yonsei in the jungle.
Yeah, having
Obviously
that pressure.
Yeah, it's been taken, and now this will be it. I'm pretty sure it'll just be used as quickly as possible. It is being
Very
put
possible.
down
Yeah, dropped in this
straight
mid
away.
lane. We could see this tower falling very fast. Mama flanking around behind. There's the potential of a dive as Hellman is joining the area as well. Are Invul going to look for this as the Herald crashes through? Not going to force the dive, deeming it a little bit too aggressive. Does have the Requiem up for cast, so could be a bit scary if the health bars start to drop.
Definitely. And now we have just under a minute before the third dragon spawns.
Bot lane outer turret falling actually for Darkside to a minion wave. The Loftition not quite able to keep that one alive. Local gold going to be wasted, but the global gold picked up.
Now, both teams will be looking to posture around the dragon. However, Cast is actually looking...
And we see a teleport top from Fatty P. Maybe looking to answer back with some towers. This will be dragon number 3 for Invul and push them to a faster third Drake than we saw in the previous game. Oh, it could be a dive. Could be a dive onto Thriller and Domponk. I've seen this kind of positioning before in the previous game even. And Domponk going to get caught out by the Glacial Prison. The curtain is called on him. Thriller going to take a couple of shots on Falio, diving forward with the Heartbreaker, finding the stun, the root from the Deadly Flourish as well, and the Heartbreaker again, the resets for the Viego, Arcane Shift and Flash, taking Falio away to safety. It's not even, it is going to be a turret answered, in the top side by Fatty P, but it's a kill, a turret, and a dragon for Invul, and most importantly, the mid lane outer turret, one of, if not the most important tower on the map.
I think you're right in saying the most important one. The level of it not only restricts the enemy's movement, but it gives you so much movement through the jungle pathways. It really opens up the mid lane of pathways towards the blue side jungle there, and it now severely restricts where and when Darkside can actually move, as we see Domponk trying his best to get rid of as much vision as possible now.
But the wards and those Jin traps going to be littered throughout the Lundqvist Darkside jungle now. Lots of pressure afforded by Invul. Both supports popping the Scry's blooms at the same time and seeing each other. It's almost like that Spider-Man meme. But no, definitely looking positive for Invul right now. Third Drake secured for them. And again, it's going to be a 22-minute Dragon Soul.
Yeah. And
it's Mountain Dragons.
Again.
Further amplifying the tankiness. Yeah. And the Leona, even.
And Leona.
When she activates that Eclipse, the amount of resistances that she's going to gain.
I think people are also surprised by how effective it is on someone like an assassin, Viego and Akali. It means that they can go so much deeper than
it turns them almost into bruisers. Just the amount of really effective extra HP you earn.
Yeah. And I mean, the Viego has obviously already gone Divine Sunder, which gives a decent amount of health. It's like 400, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
So combine that with the shielding from Mountain Soul.
But you see him picking up the plated steel caps as well. The armor, even from something as insignificant as the plated steel caps, when multiplied up by the 6% from a mountain dragon, if you get a second one, 12% of the amplification, sure, it might only be 1 or 2 armor from that one item. But if you pick up a second item if you pick up any items with resistances, you're just getting so much more value.
Yeah.
Oh, Cast and Chaos Senpai in trouble, though. Cast going to be caught out. Solar Flare going to drop on his head, but the stopwatch keeps him alive. Flash away. The Gale Force forward. The Ignite is ticking. The Karma shielding just going to keep him up. Loftition going to get cut down by Fatty P on the other side of the map, though. Losing out on the 1v1, and now Thriller diving forward. Darkside could sense a win here. Blood is in the water. Honey Fruit going to heal Invul up a little bit, though, and they are going to be able to just disengage, only losing the one member.
Taking out 3 pink wards in the same bush as well, there, I believe. Invul
flash...
really wanted to keep that one up.
Oh, the flash shield from Dom Punk there. So clutch to keep Cast alive.
Yeah. Also, I want to mention the Call of the Forge God was actually interrupted by Yonseni. Really well played there, because if the Call of the Forge God had gone through, it could have been utterly huge.
Could have been disastrous for Invul.
Well, yeah. Disastrous for Invul, but a huge scalp if it had gone through there.
Oh, definitely.
Or Darkside. And that is definitely what they're looking for. They're looking for plays like that, which turn very quickly. Invul are playing a lot more aggressive. They know that they are ahead. Potentially, if they go a bit too deep, another
yeah, a slight overstep, a slight bit of over aggression, and yeah, this game can really start to fall away from you. Mountain Soul going to be coming up in about a minute and a half, though.
Yeah. I also want to say that's essentially exactly the reason why Loftition was killed solo by Fatty P. He had overextended himself just a bit too much.
The True Shot Barrage whistles through the Baron pit, scouting out to check if Invul is starting up another 20-minute Baron. And just the vision control around the mid lane for Invul. Chaos Senpai getting dove on again by Falio, but the amount of vision that Invul have in and around this mid lane really enabling them to do so much work. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you see the support, support's vision score 40 to 29. Admittedly, I think that is because Thriller, rather than Donpunk, is taking the actual the gold.
Which I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind that. And it's a dive hit onto Chaos Senpai. Johnsony and Falio. The Forge God is called, but is Chaos Senpai going to be able to recast? He is not. Johnsony picks up that one. Killing spree for the Sejuani. And we see Darkside turning on towards the Baron.
Very interesting. There's 20 seconds, just over 20 seconds though, till Baron.
Invul don't know about. I don't know if Invul know this is going on. They are going to check it now. Mama rushing into the area. Curtain going to be called through. Teleport comes through from Falio, but Johnson's not in the area. Fate Seal goes through onto Hellman, and Hellman is going down here to Fatty P, but Falio now in the fight. Dashing forward, looking to get an engage. Finds cast. The Zenith Blade connects. Perfect execution forward from Loftition. Can he find the second cast? He does. Finding Fatty P is going to drop to Thriller. Falio and Johnsony cutting the Ezreal down, and Donpunk soon to fall as well, surely. It is a delayed ace for Invul. Triple kill for Falio. He became the Ornn, he became the Ezreal, he became the Karma. He can shapeshift, he can play all 5. And Falio coming up huge for his team in these fights. Baron going to go over to Invul.
A TP from Chaos Senpai, and is now trying to take the dragon.
Yeah, going to try and deny the soul.
He can take it relatively quickly.
I don't know if he will be able to manage this. Johnson is surely now going to sprint down towards this. Loftition spawning now does have the teleport as well. Is he going to be able to get there? And the teleport through from Fatty P, actually, which will enable them to secure this TP from Loftition now. Going to try and cut off the exits. Does manage to land the Shuriken flip. Does he want to go back in? Does pop the Shuriken. The root going to come down. Can they find any kills here? It's 4 versus 2. Falio finds Fatty P. Loftition and Hellman going to find Chaos Senpai. Darkside, you got the mounted dragon, but you lost 2 lives for it. What else can Invul take with this Baron buff?
And yeah, they don't have a minion wave right now. It's going to be coming in a little bit.
But they could just look for a dive.
Awkward posturing.
They could just look for a dive. Johnson is alive. He has the Glacial Prison just about to tick up. Falio not wanting to stay in the area, though, so probably not going to be a dive coming through. The cannon minion buffed up by the Baron, not able to do too much work into a minion wave, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you've got casters able, with that Karthus, to take it down very easily with those Skittles.
Yeah, he is definitely able to lay waste to that cannon.
Yeah.
But Falio shoving in the mid wave, going to get some big damage on this mid lane inner. Might even be able to finish the turret off himself.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to, actually. No, not quite, maybe? Hellman finds it with the 4th shot.
Yeah. Do you know what sport Jin would be really good at?
I feel like you're about to make a really bad... Oh, I hate...
He always shouts sport, doesn't he?
Yeah. I thought the bad joke was coming, and there we go.
It was Father's Day recently. Dad jokes are allowed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Happy Father's Day for everyone who celebrated
Yeah, happy
that
Father's
a
Day
couple
for
of days ago.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one.
Good. Rightfully, I can see you getting booed in Twitch chat. So
Oh, am I? Thank
yeah,
you
you
so
are
much.
rightfully getting
Yeah.
booed in Twitch
Thank you
chat.
very
So
much.
I can
Yeah.
be happy about that at least.
Yeah. No, that is deserved.
But Goldly now 8,000 in the favor of Invul. 25 minutes on the clock. Ornament's still not yet online for Chaos Senpai. The Orn has been shut down very heavily.
Yeah. One more level before those start coming into play. Obviously, all neutral objectives have been taken. I think it's all inner and outer turrets, just one left.
Bot lane
now.
inner turret is the only one
Yeah.
standing. Yeah.
Yeah. And only 2 turrets taken by Darkside. Decent amount of gold left open in those turrets.
Yeah, if Darkside managed to win a fight, that gold gap could start closing very rapidly. Fatty P, gotta be careful. 3 people in and around this bot side. Helmet on a recall, so doesn't need the support of Mama. And Mama roaming with his team. Cast gonna flash away from the Glacial Prison, but very important cooldown to take away from the Karthus.
Definitely needed. And all lanes are going to be pushing in now for Invul.
Baron buff has
Helmet.
worn off now, though. Not
At the
really
same
too much
time-
gain for... Ooh, Fatty P could be in danger. Gonna be able to dash back, though. Forge Fire Crest completed on Ornn, so there's level 13. Curtain is called, and Cast is the target being looked for. Only one shot going to connect, and he's going to be able to walk himself out. Frilla takes a shot to the back as well,
Yeah.
but not too much damage going to come through. Mountain Dragon in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah. Big fight. Obviously, it has to be... Darkside have to contest that soul. They do have to contest.
Yeah,
and
they don't
that
have
would
the
be
Baron to
most
be able to
likely.
threaten this time.
Yeah. And you do have to think, unless they are managed to pull off a huge scalp, Invul are definitely in the driving seat compared to Darkside.
I think that would definitely be a fair assumption. We see lots of recalls coming through on this bot side, though. So if Falio is able to shove this wave quickly, could get a large chunk of this inner turret. But no, he doesn't have the wave.
No.
So not going to be able to actually get any damage on the inner turret. So ignore everything I just said.
I just want to say how tanky Falio is.
Yep.
2,000, just 2,700 health. He's got
Sterak's Gauge as well.
Sterak's with Divine Sunderer, plays with Steel Caps, Negatron Cloak, which possibly, what will that build into? Maybe Wit's
End?
Wit's End, most likely, I think, here.
Yeah, probably. But we look at the map state right now, and it's a fight over River Vision. 26 seconds for the Mountain Drake. Johnsony on a bit of a flank. He's caught out a little bit here by Cast. Can he get himself away? Doesn't get slowed up by the lay waste. Sejuani's passive will see to that. Falio finding on to Frilla. Can he get the execute? The Heartbreaker comes down. It's not quite, but Mama going to pick up the kill. Glacial Prison comes down as well, and they find a second. Domponk going to fall. Fatty P going to go down. Cast goes down. It's almost a clean wipe. And look at the Invul health bars. They're almost completely full. Falio Heartbreaker's in before snapping back with the own. It's Mountain Soul. It's likely going to be probably going to be an inhibitor, you'd imagine. Baron not up soon enough. Chaos Senpai now getting dove on, though, by Johnsony. Can they find the delayed ace? Loftician in the area. The Deadly Flourish connects. The root going to come down. And this Ornn is so tanky. Look at how long it takes him to fall. Curtain is going to be called. Is that the curtain being called on Darkside's hopes in this series?
Well, it's definitely entering towards the final act.
I think the fat lady is warming up her vocal cords. She hasn't started singing yet, but definitely getting herself ready. Another 27 seconds on the death timer for the Ornn. Mid lane inhib falls. It's going to be a teleport behind. Fatty P looking to try and find something. Loftician does have a teleport of his own available and is going to join this fight in the mid lane. This could be the final fight. Domponk is connected. Cast is just eviscerated, deleted from the map. The Heartbreaker comes through onto Domponk. He is going to fall. Fatty P also going to fall, but not before taking Loftician down with him. Baron for Invul, you would imagine here. I don't know if they can end. They're not sure if they can end. Playing it safe, taking the big purple worm off of the map.
Christ, how scary, though, is Falio.
Yeah.
How scary is Loftician, though, as well?
All I'm going to say...
As you said, eviscerating Cast.
Falio didn't die in game 2. It doesn't look like there's any way that he dies in game 3. He's a machine. I'm convinced
Really
that this man is not
series
human. This man is not human, I'm convinced.
8, 0, and 10
Yeah.
picks up, as we said, the wits end as well.
All of those defensive stats getting amplified by double Mountain Drake.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How do you kill this Viego at this point? How does he die? Like, in what world does Viego die?
Yeah.
Unless he's caught out 1 versus 5, and even then, I'm convinced he takes at least one person with him.
Do you know what's ironic though? The fact that now he doesn't want to use his own passive. Unless it's
this is very true.
Reset.
This is
when
very
you're
true.
this ahead, it's actually detrimental in some ways to use his own kit.
Oh, Dom Punk caught out. He's on a mission to get some wards, but those covert ops are not going to be working out for him. The Glacial Prison going to seal his doom. Fatty P caught out a little bit. Going to look to fight Loftition, and this 1v1 could actually go pretty close. The Fate Sealed going to come down. Is this going to be Loftition's fate being sealed? Teleport through from Chaos Senpai. True Shot Barrage going to tag on to the Akali, but Loftition going to get himself out. Mama finding the Zenith Blade and the Shuriken Flip, bringing Loftition back to secure the kill. And meanwhile, Fatty P trying to hold the waves on his own, but look at Falio in the top side. He's just taking towers for fun. He doesn't care what's going on. He's like, all right, guys, you can fight the 4v5 if you want. I don't mind. I'm going to just take the base. Not a lot, honestly, I don't think. He's going to dash back forward, and Falio maybe going to look for the 1v2 here. The Leandri's Lament completed for Cast. The Curtain is called as well. Hellman wanting to get in on the action. Johnsony going forward onto the Karthus, and Cast is cut down where he stands. Falio going to take that transform, actually, before resetting with the Heartbreaker. Requiem comes down, but he is singing about his own team's demise. Invulnerables prove that the Invulnerable may bleed, but they shall not be beaten. Spectator Bug is going to deprive us of the winning moment. But it's going to be Invul taking the series 2-1, I would imagine. I don't see a way in which Darkside end the game here. And yeah, Invul preserving their unbeaten streak in terms of series. Can't quite keep the game streak going, but a very, very strong answer after a worrying game 1, you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, they came back angry, shall we say. Invul lost the game and proved they do not take kindly to losing a game.
No.
And Hellman ending up on a perfect Jin score, 4 kills. You don't want any more, obviously.
Can't have any more, can't have any less.
Yeah, obviously letting Falio and Loftition take the glory, or he got the assists. But, I mean, what a final game. Pretty dominant again. All the dragons...
all but one. All but one.
Yeah, all bar one, apart from that Mountain Dragons. A really interesting play, actually, by Chaos Senpai there to prevent that soul for at least another 4
I think
or 5 minutes.
I quite like that. The teleport on, actually, because it just gives you an extra 5 minutes to scale. Yeah, sure, in this case, it didn't quite come through for them. But I like it. It gives you an extra 5 minutes to get more items on your Karthus, your Yone, and maybe be able to take that team fight.
Yeah, I actually thought it was some really good kind of...
in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment, kind of, right, we're behind. What do we need to do? This is something we can get. And
it's like, this buys us more time. This means we don't quite lose yet. And I'm seeing calls for a winners interview. Who wants to come for that interview? I'm seeing Hellman in the chat being called. I don't know who wants to come for.
Yeah. If possible. I mean, I think you've got to say Falio and, well, everyone on Invul in the second and third game played out of their
looks
mind.
like we're getting a coaching.
Ooh.
We just... second.
Yeah. Well, you're sorting out the technical side.
1 second. Maybe this is to you for a minute.
I want to point out that after a fantastic, genuinely fantastic game from Darkside, that Invul, I think they just managed to outdraft. I think it was particularly the drafts in game 2 and 3 that really lent the strength for Invul to go to overturn that initial defeat. I think Darkside have a lot of positives to take away from this. Invul are definitely one of the strongest teams in this league, and to take away.
Sorry to cut you off there, Judgy, but we do have Coach. Hello, Ege. Congrats on the 2-1.
Thank you. Well, was a really nice journey in this series. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a really interesting series to cast over. I definitely enjoyed the games. I'm sure you did as well, Judgy.
Definitely. My first question for you: how did you feel? What were the conversations during the second game draft? You had just come off your first loss. What were the conversations that were taking place at that point?
Of course. So, I know I get shit stomped by the enemy coach in the first draft because we make a fail in the first level. Probably you saw. We didn't wait in the jungle, and more than we didn't swap the lanes. Basically, normally we should have swapped that, but that's our fault. And also, I didn't like the more the pick, but it's last second decision. I know it's my fault, and after the second game, I just say, "Don't worry, we won the second game because I got a plan."
Okay.
I was 100% sure that they were going to left open the Kama and Zinzao because how can I say? Most of the teams will going to have ego like that, you know? And I was 100% sure. I said, we got this, we win it. And after the draft end, I just said this. We have an on-timer, just go shit stomp them.
I like the confidence. I like the confidence coming through. We got a question from Twitch chat. What did you think when Darkside locked the Vayne Soraka blind in game 2?
Oh, okay. So normally, do you remember the Karma pick that we got? Normally, we were thinking about sending Karma on bot with Draven because it's a free pushing lane for us, and we just wanted to play for the top lane.
Yeah.
But when we see it, I just say, "Love, you play Karma, we go Leona or something engage," because we got the Zinzao and we got the Draven, of course, and it's a really easy dives. If you ask me, if they just take some other champion like a Braum, Leona, Alistair type of stuff, we wouldn't able to dive it, and we wouldn't going to able to make a late invade in their jungle, and the whole game plan would be sunk. We can say sink.
Yeah. And so coming off of game 2 and going into game 3, obviously looking at the drafts in game 3, there was a lot of scaling on the side of Darkside. How were you how were you feeling coming out of that draft?
Okay, so maybe you see in the Invulnerables LOL chat, I actually typed the draft. I actually typed the draft. And like in the second game, I was in the first 5 minutes, I was 100% that we were going to win that game. And I just wanted to make a draft ready. And I saw a lot of plays of the Sejuani, Vego, and Akali. And I always see that they always spending second phase on Akali, because I think their mid doesn't like the matchup, you know, to play against Akali. I said if we just go Sejuani and Vego and Akali, it would be 2 flags for the solo laners, and I can just ban 2, like Aurelia plus Renekton. And our solo laners should be fine. And in that time, normally as a AD carry, I still didn't think about any picks, but Mr. Hellman just jumps for Kamek Clutch, and he just said, "Give me Jhin."
Okay.
And when I hit the Jhin, like when we first met with the Hellman, he always wants to play the Jhin. I never gave it to him because it's a bad champion for my head. But when I see the comp that we got and what we can capable of, I said, yeah, let's go for Jhin. And also, I really wanted to see the Hellman's Jhin because the enemy bot lane said they were going to shit stomp us in bot lane. So I really want to see a head-to-head combat in bot lane. Other than that, in last pick, normally we were thinking about either Seraphine or Leona, but we still didn't think about it. Like, we wanted to go for Seraphine because of the Karthus, but we decided no matter what, they are 2 scale, and we just want to again stomp there in early game and do as much as skirmishes that we got. Like, since we won the same tactic in the second game, we thought we can win in the third game as well. So if we don't, like in this game, we didn't get any gold diff or something like that. We always had the lead, so it was fine. And like, I'm really happy.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine you are. Worked out very, very well for you and the team, extending the record in this Leagues GG summer season to 6 wins, 1 loss. And we'll see us move to 8 points. Judgy, you got anything else you want to go down? Have we got any other questions from Twitch chat?
Admittedly, I think kind of everything was pretty much said. Really, really well done on your drafting, particularly games 2 and 3. I thought were really fantastic drafts. Well played, everyone, both on Invul and on Darkside. Some really entertaining games, and I'm really glad I was here to cast them.
I do have one more question for you, Ega, coming from Twitch chat.
Yeah, of course.
How does it feel to have champion ocean players in every role?
By the way, in the second game, I asked one of my coach friends about the third game plan. I sent the game plan to him and I said, what do you think about it?
Okay.
If you're trusting your guys' champion pool, just go for it. And after the game, he just texted me, after the season, probably I will buy your players. So I think everybody should be light, because like, even though they do ban some champions against us, in champion base, champion stats, we really have a lot of picks that we still didn't show yet. So actually it's really good for us. But other than that, I just want to congratulate our team and also the enemies. They really did a great job as the Darkside side, because I was expecting a 2-0 actually, I'm not gonna lie, but they really played us really well in the first game and even some parts of the third game as well. I just want to say GG's both, and I hope everybody enjoyed this series.
I mean, we were expecting a bit of an explosive, a bit of a banger series when we started off the stream. I think you guys definitely delivered on that.
For sure.
Yeah, was an incredible set of games. And yeah, it was just really, really interesting to watch it evolve as the series went on.
Yeah, I have very little else to add. I think everyone's kind of said everything that's need to be said. So if we're coming towards the end of the stream, Enix, take it away.
Yeah, I think we slowly are. Thank you for joining us for a quick chat following the victory, Ege.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm sure you guys have a few things to review. But yeah, we're going to be ending off the stream for here. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We will be back again next week with Invulnerables Esports versus Regem in another Leagues GG Best of 3. I'm not sure about when it's going to be taking place yet. It will be either likely the Sunday or the Monday. We will get you guys updated as soon as we can. It will likely, however, be me and Judgy back again. It will be the same time. It's just the day that the series is happening. So until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the games.
See ya, guys. Love you all.